Zach, is there supposed to be sound right now?
No, why?
Okay, because um, it's just been completely blank, and I was curious whether we were supposed to be hearing anything or not. So I decided to test it on my own.
Yeah, it's Richard's on his way right now. I actually posted the poll. If you guys can take the poll, it's some of it is kind of funny, but in a non-funny, you know, type of way.
So what are you drinking tonight, Zach?
No, I have a test coming up, so no drinking for me.
I'm having a cup of tea. No,
Yeah, that's a drink. That's a drink.
yeah. Now I am not a big one for formal or dramatic endings. I'm very definitely a slip out the back Jack kind of person.
Mm. Richard has done this for 2 years.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed. It's not that. It's not about Richard. It's just about. It's about the whole idea of endings. It's like if I don't do an ending thing, it's sort of always really still happening.
Oh, well, we'll have Richard at some point do other stuff.
Oh,
Like
I'm
he
sure.
still has European Union.
Yeah, that's what I
We're
mean.
thinking of
It's
doing
like endings seem very artificial to me.
He loves us.
Richard does? Yeah.
Yeah, Richard, that's he's natural.
I'm sorry?
He's a natural. I said he's naturally gifted.
He is very much so. I agree. Yeah.
He's like Julius Caesar. He can talk, listen, think, and write at the same time.
I've told him since I first started spending time with you guys, he's really the only person I've ever met that does seem legitimately good at multitasking. Most people think they're fabulous at it and are complete failures.
Well, for sure.
And I have no patience for most of them either, but
Yeah, and then you see some people like they only do one task, and it's like so annoying. Now you're just used to Richard doing 15 things. It's like, why can't you be just like Richard?
I think only people like Richard can be just like Richard. The rest of us have to find what we're good at. But truly, don't you find that most people who think they're very good multitaskers are really bad at it?
True. I might have misspelled the president of shit, Afghanistan. Oh shit. Well, I hope he's not gonna. Well, he's not alive anymore, but still. Oh yeah. Wow! Look, number 2. Wow, it's amazing. Nobody thought of Putin. I feel like he's probably been alive at every war.
It was Brezhnev, wasn't it?
I don't know. I can't say.
Your spelling is interesting. Khrushchev. I would not have thought of spelling it that way because I'm so used to seeing it the way Americans spell it.
Oh, yeah. Wow, even the question 3 is pretty amazing. People are very knowledgeable. Well, it's kind of obvious. Shit. They used to tell us like in back in where I lived in Uzbekistan, which was part of Soviet Union. They would tell us about all the mujahideens by name because they all represent former Soviet republics. Like they had Uzbek leader, mujahideen leader who fought against Soviets. They had Tajik leader, famous Mahsud, he was killed by a woman pretending to be a journalist, and she was a suicide bomber.
I think I vaguely remember that. That was many years ago, though.
Oh yeah, that's 2003. Then there was Richard. Let me just.
Oh, I thought I let him in already.
Yeah, but now I have to make him a co-host.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so every faction of Soviet republics has been represented in Afghan wars. I mean, they probably left like prior to Soviet Revolution in 1917. The Kyrgyz, the Uzbeks, the Tajiks, obviously Jews weren't there anymore, but there was a lot of Afghani Jews actually were from all over the area.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Oh yeah, there was
I
huge.
mean, I knew about the Mujahideen. I did not know that they represented Soviet units.
Yes, there was all Uzbeks and Tajiks, and I believe Kyrgyz also had their own
Right there in front of you.
The sound.
Yeah, they had some of their own units. Generally speaking, though, the Soviet Union tried to avoid having Muslim Soviets fighting in Afghanistan. They felt that there would be a conflict of interest that would develop. So, I mean, like, for example, when we talked about Azerbaijan, that was one of the differences between Armenia and Azerbaijan when it came to the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, is that a lot of the Armenians had experience in Afghanistan and most of the Azerbaijanis had not. Anyway, we're at the sevens. Let me record the intro to the second half if we get to it, and then we'll do Afghanistan. Hi, and welcome to the 86th